Alright, you've got another $100 to spend on Wii games. What do you buy? Hey Nintendo fans and collectors, Lithium here from my channel Nintendo Collecting. This is the Wii $100 Starter Guide Part 2. Last time, I talked about 5 Wii games that you could get along with a console, a controller, and the nunchuck. If you want to watch Part 1, there is a link in the card in the top right-hand corner. Last time we got Super Mario Galaxy, Twilight Princess, Donkey Kong Country Returns, Excite Truck, and Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. I'm here to bring you another 5 games within $100. The rule that I put on for myself for this video is I couldn't get any games that are more than $25 US. Where are my prices coming from? They're coming from eBay completed auctions. That's the best thing to look for. If you're a collector, try and be on a budget when you can to save a bit of money. If you can buy locally, that's really good. But if you're preventing yourself from buying online, you're not paying import fees and shipping fees, and also you might hunt, and it's a little bit more thrilling, I think, to find things in person if you can do it safely right now. So I'm here to bring you 5 more games, but before we talk about 5 more games, I do want to get you a second Wii Remote. Wii Remotes usually are best if they have the Wii Motion Plus inside. It will be written below here if that's true. This one does not. It still works with almost every game. It's just you're trying to collect on a budget. So if you can find it as a really good deal, hopefully you can spend $15 on one of these. Most of them are around $20, but if you really hunt, you might be able to find one for $15. That's the first thing that we're getting with this pricing guide, so that now we at least have 2 Wii Remotes. You can enjoy the game with a friend. This one even has a different grip on it. This has Nyko, because I had a charging station for this, which I would also recommend. It doesn't fit in this guide, but they eat up batteries, of course, so just keep that in mind. So first $15 is gone. Alright, our first game we're getting this time. This is the best-selling Wii game, other than Wii Sports, but Wii Sports was bundled with most systems anyways, so it sold way too many copies. This is Mario Kart Wii. The biggest selling Mario Kart game, the second best selling game on the system, as I said, next to Wii Sports, and a truly fun experience with the family, honestly. This one allows you to finally use motion controls, and you have a lot of different control schemes, not just that one. You can use the Wii Remote in one of the Wii wheels, which you can see up there. It also has the nunchuck option, and the classic controller, and the GameCube controller. This is the first game to include motorcycles, and I personally really liked courses like Maple Raceway and Grumble Volcano. I love those ones, along with Coconut Mall. I put the price point of this one, if you're really hunting and trying to find a deal, at $24 US. They do go up to $30, but you're trying to keep the cost down. So $24 US, I think you're getting a pretty good deal. What are you hopefully getting with it? A disc in relatively good shape so that you can play it. It also comes with the instruction manual and 2 inserts. One says Play Mario Kart Wii, and one says If you like Mario Kart Wii. So if you're getting it truly complete, I believe this is everything that it should come with in North America. This got a Metacritic score of 82%. All of these games are actually going to be above 80%. As a reminder, I'm not saying that the 10 games I'm talking about today are the 10 best games on the system. They just fit into $100 starter guide, because of course I would love to get Fire Emblem, but you would blow almost the entire $100 budget on Fire Emblem. Our second game for this video, sticking with Mario, especially because Origami King is out this week, this is Super Paper Mario. This is one of the most inexpensive Paper Mario games, but it has one of the best stories. It is different from Paper Mario 64 and Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door. This isn't quite an RPG, even though it is an action-adventure RPG. So instead of going to a separate battle screen with the real-time battle with action commands, you take off damage in real time as you jump on, like, say, Goombas or Koopas in the world. The game is mostly in 2D, but the gimmick is when you press a button, it flips to 3D for a while, and then there's a timer which will eventually run out and you'll have to go back to 2D. The storyline in this one follows Count Bleck, who's the villain. He forces Bowser and Princess Peach to get married, which causes chaos, and then Mario has to go after these Pure Hearts. Really fantastic story. I can't sell this one short at all. This only has a price point for my guide of 17 US dollars, especially if you find the greatest hits version. The greatest hits version is a few dollars less. It's usually between $15 and $22. It just depends how much you hunt. And again, auctions, it's hard to win them, but you're usually paying a little bit less money for those as opposed to buy it now. So complete for this one includes the manual and one insert in mine. This one has register your software for Club Nintendo. I love this image. I could almost just like put this up somewhere because that's just my childhood right there. Love it. Really cool. By the way, Mario Kart Wii was released in 2008, and this one was released in 2007 in North America, so before Mario Kart Wii. That shocked me when I found that out. This has a Metacritic score of 85%. Let's just recap so far how much we've spent. $15 on the controller, plus $24 for Mario Kart Wii, that's $39, plus $17 for Super Paper Mario, so we're at $56. We've got $44 more dollars left. Okay. We got 3 more games. This game has some of the best graphics on the system. Even though it is a 2D platformer, this is Kirby's Epic Yarn. For these 5 games, I'm going in order of Metacritic score. So 82%, 85%. This one has 86%. The graphics in this Yarn world, and keep in mind, this predates Yoshi's Woolly World. So this is kind of the inspiration for a lot of those different types of games with that kind of graphic. It is Kirby in Patchland, or Patch World. In this game, you have Yin Yarn as the villain, and Kirby can go into different forms. You can go into a dolphin, you can go into a saucer, but his main attack is using a whip with part of his string to kind of grab onto different objects. You can play this one 2-player with another Wii Remote, so now you have 2 Wii Remotes to do that. The second player plays as Prince Fluff. 86% on Metacritic. I put a value of this one only at $11. Some of them are going for really cheap, and some of them are going for $15 to $17. If you can find one for $11, you're doing really well, especially if you can get the manual. This, if you like Kirby's Epic Yarn, and this sheet here for Kirby, you can see it's Kirby's Epic Yarn, of course, there in the bottom. So Kirby's Epic Yarn was released in 2010. 86%, $11. So far we're up then to $67 spent. We've got $33 more left. I am sticking to Nintendo first-party titles almost entirely for these first 2 parts, but if there are other games you want to recommend that aren't Nintendo-made, of course, for maybe part 3, I'm going to branch outside of just Nintendo-made games. I just thought this was a good theme to get people going, especially on a lot of the games that are pivotal on the system. The 4th game is Punch-Out! 2 exclamation marks. This is a sequel, finally, to the Super Nintendo game Super Punch-Out! It has a lot of the same people that you're battling against or that you're boxing against. If you're not sure about this game, this is Little Mac, and you fight different characters that are all themed, which is really funny, but also you get to fight Donkey Kong in this game if that doesn't sell it enough for you. The game has 2-player support. Again, we can use that nunchuck, or the second remote rather. You can use a nunchuck and the Wii Remote, or you can also use the fitness balance board, the Wii Fit balance board, which is way cool if you can get it. It doesn't fit into this guide for the price. There's also the classic controller mode where you just turn your controller sideways and you play as if you're playing on the Super Nintendo. So note that that is an option, but honestly, the boxing with 2 nunchucks or boxing like this is a lot of fun, even in single player. This also has a Metacritic score of 86%. It was released, let me just make sure I get the year right for this one. So this one was released in 2009, and it has a price point of $16 US. Again, some are going for 14 up to 20. You just want to try and be patient and find a really good deal if you can. So that's another $16 spent. We're at $86. I've only got 14 more dollars left, and we're going to get one of the best games on the system with the highest Metacritic score for this video. We have $83 left. My math was wrong. So let me just double check. 15 plus 24 is 39, plus 17 for Super Paper Mario, that's 56, plus 11 for Kirby's Epic Yarn, that's 67, plus another 16 is 83. Okay, good. I've got $17 left. This game is Super Smash Bros. Brawl. This is multiplayer at its finest. The best part about this game, for me, single player, is Subspace Emissary. It's honestly with some of the best cutscenes Nintendo has ever done. You're playing through a story mode, even though you're fighting and there's some 2D levels, and there's all these different Nintendo characters coming together. It's fantastic. This game also introduces Sonic and Snake and Pokemon Trainer and a lot of different characters to this game. You can play with the Wii Remotes, you can also play with the classic controller, or best yet, the GameCube controller. This is personally one of my favorite Super Smash Bros. Games, and no one agrees with me. I just played 1,000 hours of this game when I was out and I was in university playing with my friends. That was one of the best times I could ever have. Complete for this copy does have an insert, again, for Club Nintendo, register your software, as well as the instruction manual, and if you like Super Smash Bros. So that's what makes this complete. $17 for Super Smash Bros. Brawl, which was released in 2008. Metacritic score of this one, 93%. All the Super Smash Bros. Games are outstanding, but I love this one a lot, and it's really unfortunate there's no longer online for the Nintendo Wii. But what's really cool about this is you can design your own battle arenas, and we made the chicken coop, which was basically just an area that, like, you know, looked like a chicken coop with only one entrance at the top that you had to drop through, which also meant when we were battling inside the chicken coop, the only way to hit them out was perfectly on a trajectory that would get them out that one hole in the top corner. So much fun playing on this game back in 2010, I think. 2010, 2011. I played a lot of that game. Alright, that's our $100 spent for the second part of this guide. If you can find these games for lower prices than this, let me know, because that's getting a really good deal. And there are people who are going out and sometimes getting lucky and buying these for less than $5 each. So it is possible to collect all of these for even lower than what I'm saying in terms of pricing. If you think my pricing's a little bit low, let me know as a comment below, of course, but auctions and try and buy local, that's your best bet to try and save money in the long run. So we've got Super Mario Galaxy, Twilight Princess, Donkey Kong Country Returns, Excite Truck, Metroid Prime Corruption 3, then Mario Kart Wii, Super Paper Mario, Kirby's Epic Yarn, Punch Out, and Super Smash Bros. Brawl. We have a pretty good diversity of games at this point, and I'm looking forward to making part 3. If you have suggestions what should be in part 3, especially if it's not first party, let me know as a comment below. Thanks so much for watching. Biggest news, the channel hit 100,000 subscribers. Thank you first and foremost. That's an insane number. I really appreciate everyone watching and following, but I made a promise for years. I promised this probably over 6 or 7 years ago. If the channel ever hit 100,000, I will do a face reveal, and I will. I want to do it right though. So the silver play button, which comes if you hit 100,000 subscribers, I need to contact YouTube, and then they need to ship it to me. The process usually takes a few more weeks, so I know I'm asking you guys to be a little bit more patient, but I think that video is the video that deserves a face reveal more than anything. So, I mean, some of you have waited years. You could probably wait a few more weeks. I really appreciate it. Thanks, everyone. So if you want to subscribe, if you aren't, click the bell notification. I post videos on Sundays and also on Wednesdays around 10 o'clock Eastern Time. By the way, I am streaming live on Twitch. Tonight, if you're watching this the day I released the video, I'm playing Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door. I beat the final bosses last night, but tonight I'm playing the Pit of 100 Trials. So there's a link in the description below the video. I'm going live around 9:30 Eastern Time. I stream Sunday to Wednesday, by the way. Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, all that good stuff. Thanks for watching. Feel free to fill the like bucket. I already said that, but that's fine. Go collect them all. Keep smiling while gaming. Stay safe, everyone.